people basically said that we're mad, we've got it wrong, we're exaggerating, or we've just made it up for some amusing Freudian reason of our own.
Hi, we're here at the British Library to talk to Bidisha, feminist icon and contributor to major English publications. She's been a rampant feminist since she was a teenager, and we're going to find out her thoughts on feminism.
I think that talking about feminism as a movement is actually a red herring, because women's rights are so much bigger than just one word. You would have to be living with your head in the sand to not notice just how damaging this current government has been, and it's very interesting from a women's advocacy point of view, because what it's done with these very stringent economic cuts is actually radicalised a whole tranche of women. This very unfortunate coincidence of the cuts basically landing on women and punishing women is something which is wholly conservative, and I say that even with a small c. We're talking about a cabinet of people. They're not just sort of comfortable. We're talking about the mega rich.
Lynn Featherstone and Theresa May, who's supposed to be sticking up for equality here, do you think that they're then failing?
I haven't seen either of them say anything which is really supportive of women, which is directly responsive to the kind of activism and grassroots energy that's going on at the moment. They are both talking not about equality and liberation, but this very vague catchphrase called fairness, which doesn't mean anything. And so, although it's great to see women in public life of any kind, it's great to see strong women of any kind, I don't think they're sisters. I think that the most pressing thing has got to be about physical violence. So these mooted cuts to rape crisis and domestic violence centres have just got to stop. I mean, I always laugh when people go, look at the Swedish model, because people always say it, and it feels as though there should be sort of an emissary from Scandinavia sitting in the corner going, yes, we're great, and these are all the things that we've done. But I do think that you can't have an equal, fair and just society with opportunity for everyone without strong state support. You're going to cut away all these really essential things, leaving women literally scrabbling about to see if someone can sit in to help their parents while they go to work, while they then race home an hour early to pick up their kids from school, while both parents, if it's a two-parent household, are working all the hours that God sends. It's completely outrageous. But if you say that you can only give women one thing and not the other, what you're really saying is you've got to choose. And that's not fair. It's not a choice which is forced upon men, who often have a great career and also they have a family life.
Would you support quotas?
What happens whenever we talk about quotas? Number one, of course no one likes the word quota. Who wants to be a quota baby, for God's sake? You know, you feel like you're going to go to work with a big Q on your front. Crap, but quoted in. And someone at a recent conference at the South Bank said, let's use it as a jump lead. Because what people say is, oh, we're talking about it, so the debate is good, so let's just wait, because through the natural processes of oxygenation of the world, women will just rise up like flowers. And it doesn't work like that. You have to give a woman a job, because sexism is sexism, and the glass ceiling is real. Saying that political movements are out of touch and uneconomic and unrealistic are just what has been said about women since the 11th century, which is that we're stupid, we don't understand big, complicated things like money, and we should just shut up and stay in the house. It's the same old stuff, and it makes me laugh, because the arguments of medieval clerics are simply being recycled in contemporary language. Our economic reality is something that women live all the time, because women are at the sharpest and bottom end of society. Believe me, we know our economics, because there are literally women, we've been saying this in King's Cross, lots of flats around. So there are women in houses right now working as well. The issue about body image is so interesting, because this is one thing that you can't pin it on some mythical sexist guy who's up there. But what fashion and beauty have been really cleverly doing is completely embedding in women the idea that we're not perfect. What this is a silent crime against women, and women beauty journalists and all the servants are absolutely foot soldiers. It's so bad now that people are beginning to question it. In terms specifically of activism, I can say that what's happening now really is unique in the context of a career for me which has been nearly 20 years. The F word, feminism, wasn't sneered at, but it wasn't that common in the newspapers, whereas now, if I mentioned this to an editor, she'd be interested in your film. Women have realised that we don't have anything to lose. And when you lose that fear of losing what you got, which was nothing in the first place, you become totally fearless. And that goes for revolutions of all kinds. It goes for civil rights, it goes for women's rights, it goes for revolutions against dictatorships. Women culturally have been trained to kind of go, yes, it's all fine. It's all fine, let's not argue. Let's not argue about anything. Instead of saying something like, I don't think that pole dancing is very empowering at all. I don't mind how the women do it feminist. It isn't like you have to wear a badge to get inside the club. It's just about having basic sympathy and understanding. Feminism has been the greatest and most successful revolution she's seen in her lifetime. I totally second that. Not only that, it's been the greatest revolution seen in the world's lifetime. It's so important.